Hi, family and friends. Well, I'm glad you came back. No, I did say that the last note that I did was going to be the last note on rejoicing in the Lord, etc. But alas, this is the final note. This is so much. It's so like deja vu because the same thing happened with the prayer letters in the publication. I would keep saying this is the last prayer letter, and then I would write another one or two for another 1 or 2 years. Anyhow, this is the final note. Now let me ask you a question quick. What does rejoicing in the Lord, rejoicing in the storm mean? Um, should I say, oh, I just love this storm. Lord, send me some more storms. No, of course I'm being ridiculous, you would know. Let me give my perspective, which could possibly be similar to yours. It means going ahead, wherever it is. You've committed a matter to God. It means going ahead and thanking God that He's really going to work out everything for your best good to fit in with His life plan for you. So we go back to Romans 8:28 and Jeremiah 29:11. Now, in 2004, I held a service at my church in Barbados, the Government Hill Church, and it was a service that was designed to, I called it a praise and thanksgiving service. I remember my friend Fuzzy Bussy, who was the chairperson, not chairperson, the MC like. Yeah, she said it was not a swan song. I hope you know what the swan song is. Yes, maybe some may have thought it was a precursor to another kind of service. It was a service of rejoicing, praise, and thanksgiving. Now, let me step back to April 2003. That was when I received my first Rhema word. You remember what the Rhema word is about, right? Where God gives you a specific word on something. Yes, I received that first Rhema word. I didn't know it was a Rhema word at the time. I just thought it was a text. Um, at the Bay Street Esplanade in Barbados, where there was a women ministries meeting, and they gave out these bits of paper with text written on them. And if the text meant anything to you, you selected the text out of a basket. If it meant anything to you, you were to say, my tea is hot or boiling, and then talk about the text. Well, when I got mine, it made no sense to me, so I kept quiet. But later, a month or two later, God said, it is for this time. I want to share what that was. Jeremiah 32, 40 and 41. The gist of 41 is God would make a covenant to do me good. He would put a desire in my heart to worship Him, and I would not leave Him. Verse 41 says now, I will rejoice to do them good and will replant them in this land with great joy. Of course, the context of that Rhema word, first of all, it was said directly to God's people, just as they were to go into a huge storm, the storm of exile, and what God was giving them a message of hope. The thing about a Rhema word or any text you select, um, let me slow down. I'm trying not to be too long, but I just have to say what I have to say. Yeah, the thing of a Rhema word or text you select, more importantly, when God gives it to you, is that you have to know how to appropriate it to your particular circumstances, because none of the promises in the Bible were written for us initially. They were written for someone else, but they also can apply to us. Now, another a text which I have appropriated is Zephaniah 3:17, which says, for the Lord your God has arrived to live among you. He is a mighty Savior. He will give you victory. He will rejoice over you in great gladness. He will love you and not accuse you. How wonderful God is, because He truly could accuse us of some things and be very correct. Is that a joyous choir I hear? Actually, it's Zephaniah 3, I think 16, 17, and a bit of 18. Is that a joyous choir I hear? No, it is the Lord Himself exulting over you in a happy song. Question, family. If God Himself is rejoicing over you to do you good, why should you not rejoice in God, in His goodness, His love, His favor, His mercy, His kindness, His compassion? And then I could call a bunch of other things. But then, so let's go on. So the point I'm making though is that, family, anybody, if you're going through something and God has shown you to rejoice, and He has given you the spirit of rejoicing, and somebody think she gotta be crazy or he gotta be crazy, tell them no, you will not come down. What are you going to come down to? Rejoicing is therapeutic. It is what God tells us to do. And we're going to come down to grumbling, fretting, and complaining, but that's unhealthy. All right. Psalm 5:11. Pastor Fred, I got this one from you from one of the texts you shared this morning. But you make everyone who puts his trust in you, but you make everyone rejoice who puts his trust in you. Keep them shouting for joy because you are defending them. Fill all who love you with your happiness. Family, you would understand that if we are going to be rejoicing in a situation that normally would not create rejoicing, it would have to be supernatural joy. It would have to be supernatural happiness. It is something that God gives to us when He recognizes that we are going to trust Him come what may. It's like an extra gift, you know. So, family, I'm going to say to you, rejoice in the Lord. And again, I say rejoice. Let God plant in your heart that supernatural joy, that supernatural happiness that not a storm can evaporate. I'm gone for now. You coming back? See you next time. Bye-bye.